All right. Perfect. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We are live here on Facebook and also being recorded on Zoom. For those of you guys who are watching for the very first time, I want to go ahead and welcome you to one of the things that I actually started to do is interview leaders in our organization, in our company, specifically, hearing their journey, hearing their story. And that is one thing that really amazes me is how far they've become from the person who they used to be and to the person they are now. So even though it's going to be live on Facebook, guys, it is being recorded with Zoom. So unfortunately, we won't be able to go ahead and comment, unfortunately, but we will be able to see the comments later on. So with that being said, for those of you guys who are watching for the very first time, this is the show that I created. It is an interview process with, like I said, some leaders of our company. I'm very, very excited to go ahead and introduce a very good friend of mine that about 2 to 3 weeks ago, we had the pleasure to go ahead and introduce and also be a part of an amazing call representing Latinos leaders. And I'm super proud to go ahead and introduce my really good friend, Laurie Mendez. So Laurie, mi amiga, thank you so much for here. I am super excited to go ahead and do this with you. So Laurie, let's go ahead and get to know you a little bit. So before you even started, before you even became a coach, let's go into far back. Let's talk to the Laurie pre-everything. So go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do as far as, a full-time job right now. And let's start with that.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Gio, for having me here. Thank you for inviting me. I've been so excited, since the day we talked, months ago, when you start this idea of introducing. You really got me out of my comfort zone because, believe it or not, I'm kind of the shy person. I will post videos, I will post comments, but being live, thank you, because this is really taking me out of my comfort zone. So let's start. So before everything, mostly of my friends, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows, I wasn't born in US. My first language was not English at all. I was born in Ecuador. I lived there until I was 24 years old. So back there, I went to school, high school. My grandparents raised me. So of course, since I was not their daughter, nor my sister, we were the little princess of the house. So we grew up in a bubble. So it was really hard to get out of the house because my grandma used to say, if something happens to you, what I'm going to tell your parents. Right. So really overprotected girl. Grew up there. I went to school, high school, and then I got involved into dental school. I always loved dentistry, so I'm a foreign dentist here. Then my parents were able to, before I turned 21, my parents were able to get their papers and me, and my papers and my sister's papers. But there was a trick. I have to enter this country before I turned 21 years old.
Wow.
Joe, believe it or not, I didn't want to come to this country because my life was there. My friends, my car, my profession, everything was there. And I was in the middle of the dental school. So I said, you know what? Let me go. My grandma has a lot to do with the fact that I am here. In fact, my grandma, my uncle, because they were like, go. You never know when you're going to need. It's a green card. A lot of people, it's dying to have it. I'm like, okay, let me go. So I came, I showed myself to the embassy in Ecuador. They granted me the green card. I came here the day before I turned 21 years old. So no friends, nothing here. I didn't know anybody. My parents, they only have adult people here. So I used to be back and forth every 6 months between Ecuador and here because I was still in dental school over there. Oh, wow. So when I finished dental school, my parents told me, okay, you have your degree. What else you need to do there? I still need to work for the government for 1 year. It's kind of like an externship. I'm like, okay, you're going to be working. You're going to be making your money. We don't have to support you anymore. I was like, yeah, well, yeah, it makes sense. And they were like, after that, you have to come. to the US because if you don't come, you are going to lose your green card. I was like, no, but long story short, somehow my sister was living here already. So I'm like, okay, like not on my best wishes, I came to live in the US. Of course, I was young, I was silly, I was living in a bubble. Then I came to the US. My idea originally coming to the US was to study my master in the specialty that I was thinking of, and then go back to Ecuador. Things happened. My sister introduced me, not wanting to introduce me to a guy, now my ex-husband. He got into the military. We lived, like, we were together for like around 8 years, 3 as a couple, and then almost 5 married. I guess things happened. I didn't see in that moment. I was trying to hold him back. We weren't working out. Let's be honest, we were not working out. We went through 1 miscarriage before I get married. And well, the second one happened while I was during the divorce. It has to happen. Maybe that's the way it has to happen. And then I got divorced of him in 2015. Again, I'm super low, but in that process, after I get married with him, how I always was skinny. I always like to take care of my body, but I will say like take care because my idea of eating healthy was like a toast of bread, whole wheat bread in the morning with a glass of milk and maybe an egg, a salad at lunch, and nothing else during the day. If I ate something else, and this is something that I deal and struggle when I was in dental school and my last years in Ecuador. If I ate something, I used to go to the bathroom and induce vomit. So I enjoy the food, but I didn't gain weight. So I always confused them between anorexia and bulimia. But it wasn't so severe because I didn't do it every day. But that was my way to keep me skinny. So I can enjoy the food that I liked, and I did not exercise. If anything, I used to do maybe like 20 crunches and not push-ups, not running. Forget it. I'm a horrible runner until now. But I do more things than 20 crunches. So I got married. When he was deployed, the first year that we were married, when my ex was deployed, I didn't eat at all. My weight was 105, 110, 105. It was variating, but I was way too skinny. My parents, my sister, my family were worried. Like, okay, you are way too skinny. I used to be extra small or extra small because, yeah, I was like really skin and bones because I wasn't eating. So that was my idea of being skinny and being healthy. So when my ex-husband came from deployment, we have to deal with his issues. Like a lot of us, we know military people, when they come from deployment, they have to deal with adapting, PTSD, and more things. On top, my eating disorder. So his main goal was to make me eat, which it was good. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is, it was the wrong food. So in that process, after he came back in 2011 until 2014, from being 105, I went to being almost 140, 138 pounds. So I was like, again, depressed because I was fat. But then the last year of my marriage, I was living in Hawaii. I could be in shorts and in a tank top all the time because the weather is beautiful all year long. But no, I was what I call it in my muumuu. It's a big dress, kind of loose, because for me, I was fat. I was not in shape. I was embarrassed. I did not feel comfortable. That was not me at all. How I got in contact with my mentor, with my coach, because long time ago, when I was dating my ex, I think 2010, 2011, around that year, he got me the P90X. So he downloaded though. He got the from the dark web version, the P90X. He brought it on the computer, and I used to do it, not following the meal plan and not following the calendar. Just do it. So I lost weight. Perfect. But it was 1 hour workout. I was lazy. I was not used to the workouts at all. By then, my dream of going back to Ecuador was gone because I got used to this country. I like the culture, I like the language, of course. So I'm like, okay, here, and let's be honest, the type of living here is a little more easier than my country. Let's be honest. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna stay. I'm married. Like now, I can settle down in here in this country. In 2015, for those things in life, I start my divorce process. Not happy at first. It wasn't a really good divorce, but so that hit me. That's when I reached out to Scotty, thinking that maybe if I lose weight, I could bring back my husband. Like, that's how my self-esteem was. That's how low my self-esteem was. Because at some point he did mention that part of the problem was the fact that I gained weight. So I'm thinking like maybe if I lose weight, I can bring him back and I can get him back. So I reach out to Scotty. Scotty tells me do 21-day fix. It was like 5 years ago. That was like the big thing. That was a new program. It's only half an hour, 7 days. You're gonna love it. Plus, try the psychology. I was like hesitating, but I'm like, okay, let's do it. I'm going to do whatever I can to fight for this marriage. My marriage didn't work out, of course, but I fall in love of Beachbody. But now, if you remember, Gio, back then, it wasn't everything on demand. We have those little CDs.
Yeah.
Yes, I still have them. I don't even know, but those were so scratched because I did like more than 10 rounds of 21-day fix. I did 21-day fix extreme. And I did some other things too. I think I did T25. I did a few things, but we have the CDs back then.
Yeah.
So I stick to it. Scotty was like, he was not only my coach, he was my mentor. And he was, I have to say, my guidance, because I was in a dark place. Like my self-esteem was, if I tell you 0, that it was like non-existent, that's a lot. I felt bad. I felt rejected. I felt left behind. My whole world, as I knew it, just fall apart in a week. I was back in Jersey. I stick to the program, but then I was thinking that to be a coach, you have to be super fit. You have to be like, of course, you have to be mentally strong and all that, but you need to have a kind of like certification or something. I'm like, I don't have money. I just came back from Hawaii with $200 in my bank account. My car was there because the military was going to transport it back. And I didn't have any furniture, so I was literally sleeping in an air mattress until all my things were back from Hawaii. But still, Scotty was there, like, supporting me. And I found out that the Beachbody community, it's not like somebody that you meet on Facebook and they tell you, yeah, do your workout, do it. During that time, through my divorce, I find out, like, little by little, that the Beachbody community was like they to support you in everything. It was like a family. Like I said, it's a family that supports you through thick and thin. Mm-hmm. Although we don't live close or nearby. Well, I was getting better. My sister was in the military. She was deployed by the time I was going through my divorce, so I couldn't tell her what was going on. Because we always talk every day over the phone. We share everything. But since she was overseas, I'm like, okay, she's maybe in danger. I don't know what she's going through. I don't want to put her, like, I don't want to worry her. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like hide that from her. When she came back, I told her like, hey, you know what, this is what's going on and this is how everything happened. So she was another support. She was my biggest fan, I have to say. 6 months. I'm sorry, because I think here comes the worst part that I went through. And all this happened within a year. 6 months after I was back in Jersey, I signed the divorce papers and I said like I was like a free spirit again. At 10:30 p.m. on a Sunday night, we have a knock on the door. Like, that's odd at this time when I was ready to watch Game of Thrones, because there was the season premiere in 2016, April 24, 2016. And I was waiting for her to call me because we were going to watch it over the phone like we always did the things. Turns out it was a police officer with a group of military people to let me know that my baby sister had passed away. I did not believe it. She was the kind of person that she was a joker. So for some reason I thought like, this is a joke that she pulled off trying to cheer me up. No, of course it wasn't. On her way to know the things, she left me in charge of all the arrangements. Nor my dad, nor my mom, but me. Of everything, all the funeral, if something happens. And I had to man up in a way to say it, because I have to take decisions. I have to organize everything, like to bring her body, to do all the funeral arrangements and everything, how we want the things. And I have to say that day I lost my best friend. I lost the other part of my heart, but doesn't mean that I was going to go down again. Again, my Beachbody family was there to support me in one way or another. I have to say that they helped me to get the strength that I was needing to deal with the things that I have to deal during that time. Interesting, because I have a family member, a person that I grew up with, who came to me and told me after everything was said and done, who came to me and told me, oh, we never thought that you were going to make it, that you were able to be strong and just to have your mind clear and ready to do all these arrangements. I'm like, why? Why are you saying that? She's like, because you were always weak. You were always kind of like so soft. I was like, and this is coming from a family member who loves me and who saw me growing. Yeah. That's when I realized, I'm like, I have changed. I have found my inner strength to deal with hard things, get up and keep moving no matter how much. I can be crying inside or I can be broken, because at the end that's life, right? Just get up and keep moving. So after that, like, I always compare myself to a turtle who likes to go slowly but keep moving, never stopping. So I always said that, like the turtle, sometimes I just stop walking and just crawl in my little shell. In my little environment, exactly, my little shell, and just isolate myself from everybody. That's maybe a good or bad thing. So I was about to do that when Scotty, my coach and mentor, tells me that he was doing a coach retreat in Utah. My family and my close friends here, like, no, go. You need time out to disconnect, to unplug from everything and everybody. The Beachbody has been helping you through this time. Go. I'm like, no, like, they were like, go. So I went, like, afraid at first, because in my mind, I'm thinking, like, I'm going to see these 20 over people who, in my mind, I never met before. I mean, I've talked to them, I chat with them, we encourage, we see each other every week on our weekly phone calls and everything. But I was like, again, in the back of my head, I'm afraid. I'm like, I don't know them. And I'm repeating all these negative things. I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't know how they're going to react. When I got there to the house and I face to face with everybody, it's like if I knew them all my life. Nothing was different. Nothing changed. The same reactions that I got, or like through the distance, through Zoom calls, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, messages. It was the same reaction. It's then that I realized that coaching, it's so much more than only like pushing you to work out, than only pushing you to work on your mind, reading books, or just sending you a link to listen a video. That day, it's when I was able to sit with a lot of them and talk personally about their lives, about their struggles, realizing that each person in life has to go through so many struggles, but that will help us to grow. That weekend, in fact, was the weekend that I actually decided to jump in and give it a try. But I have to work on myself. I have to work on me, because I always said that if you want to give love, you need to have your cup full. Otherwise, how you're going to share something that you don't have? So that was the day I'm like, okay, I need to work on me. I need to work on my self-esteem. I need to work in my convictions, I'm not going to say religion, because there are so many religions, but I'm going to say like spiritually. That day I was like, okay, I need to get up, because I know that if my sister will see me like that, she wouldn't like it. She was my biggest fan. And when I told her about the coaching, one of the things she told me, I know you can do it. I trust in you. So I said, you know what? Let me give it a try. Let me like relax, listen, stop putting so many walls around me, and just open myself up. So I've been doing it. I've been working more on me, honestly. On the way, I've been like realizing that I've been helping people, because that's what a leader, that's what a boss does. Struggle with your people that you help on the way. And if you're up here and you look down somebody, it's down, just go back, give your hand to bring that person up. So I have encountered and I have made such wonderful friends on this way. But yeah, there are some days that we're up and then down again, and that's life, right? It's ups and downs.
Yes. Very true. Laurie, you know what? This is why I do these interviews, for that same reason, to hear stories. Still a lot that I didn't know from you, and just listening to this particular story, it's just amazing. It really is amazing, because I keep telling people, specifically for my viewers, including your viewers, it's just not about working out. It's not about posting a sweaty selfie or trying to, just eat healthy. It's so much more than that. And I truly 100% believe in my heart and soul that this honestly is for everybody, but not everybody can do it, because honestly, you have to have an open mind. You have to have an open heart. You have to have an open new everything to opportunities, to see what's out there. And right now in this world, people feel so trapped doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, or they feel that nobody's there to help them out, that they're going to continue doing this cycle. Not too long ago, I posted up something myself too, where also there's a great quote by Albert Einstein, and I continue quoting him because I love this quote. And he said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And it's so true, because right now, if you're listening to this, to my viewers, to Laurie's viewers, this is so much more, and you're hearing it. And that's why I do these interviews, because it is far more than what you're seeing on Facebook. It is far more than what you see on Instagram. This is a community where we are helping each other through the goods, and especially through the bads, because times, like yourself, when your story, at one point you felt that probably you're the only one going through it, and that's why you said it, you know, you felt like a turtle, to where you trapped yourself into the shell, because you probably felt that it's only me, like nobody's going to understand me, nobody's going to relate to me. And
Mhm.
opening that up to going to the retreat with Scotty, that opened up a world of like, wow, like I never thought there would be other people like me. So it is amazing to hear your story, Laurie, and that's why I am so grateful to have, you know, friends, specifically now becoming like family members like yourself in my circle of life, because quite honestly, 6 to 7 years ago, I was not the same person who I am today. And that's what people, you know, don't realize, that because of the personal development that we go through, because of the community that we, you know, surround ourselves with, it is helping us to become better. It is helping us spiritually. It is helping us leadership roles. It is helping us helping other people. So thank you so much, Laurie, for sharing your story, because it is sad. It is fullness, it is overcome. And to your point, you know, to feed your spiritual, to say, you know, that there is a purpose, you know, and that's my purpose. Laurie, now that you've also been a coach, now that you've done, you know, the workouts, how does that transition now to your life? How does that help you now in life?
So, because I always said that the workouts is not only that it's going to help me first to be stronger, like physically, so I can lift things by myself or anything, but somehow it applies to real life. Telling like, yes, in the workout at one point you're like, oh my gosh, I can't keep up with this. I'm just gonna just leave it there, just quit it, push it, stop, because I'm at home, nobody's watching me. I'm
Mhm.
not accountable to anybody. I can't pretend that I finished this. But first of all, I'm cheating to myself. Second of all, I am training my brain that if I quit to something, yeah, maybe hard to be lifting 15 pounds for 1 minute, that means I'm not going to be able to survive out there where life is not merciful. Life is
Mhm.
going to throw you punches left and right. It's not going to
Yes.
tell you, yeah, you know what? Yes, you need a break, 15 seconds break, take a deep breath, and let's keep fighting. So if I can give up here, that means like I'm gonna be easily giving up in life, like when life sent me on a struggle. Like for example, when my divorce happened, I could easily stay depressed, not getting back up to be dating again, and cry over the two babies that I lost, and say like, you know what, I don't want anything. Or when I lost my sister, I said, because she unfortunately passed away in a motorcycle accident, and I see this in my mother. She hates, and I know hate is a strong word, but she hates bikes. I don't see it like that. So I have to say that coaching, because when you know that you're a coach, you not only have to work your body, but you have to work your mind, reading books, getting strong, because motivation, it has to be work every day. So that has helped me to overcome so many obstacles, like so many things. Um, Recently, again, this week, I got diagnosed with something that I believe me, I was never expected to be told that at my 39 years old I was going to have shingles. Like because for me, that was like a disease that it presents in elder patients with immune compromised immune system. I've been stressing out because my full-time job is dental assistant. So I've been stressing out since we reopened in June. I will working, giving my 100% because that's the type of person I am. You will never see me. I'm going to give you just a little bit and just relax. If I'm in it 120%. So I guess my immune system said, you know what, you need a break. It's a little too much. And yes, now the difference is I saw it on my grandmother, how she had it. I didn't have it the same way. So I have to say that working out and try to be mentally more strong And eating healthy and drinking a lot of water has helping me tons. It is painful, I'm not gonna lie, but when I saw my grandma going through months, because months, she suffered from this thing for months. I'm in the second week, and yes, at the beginning of the week, it was horrible. I was crying of the pain. I was taking a lot of painkillers. Now I can work, like, because it's like in the back, I can wear clothes. I'm more stronger. I'm talking to my friend and she's like, yes, this is hard. And the fact that you are healthier because you're eating healthy, you are exercising, you're drinking your vitamins, you're drinking this and this and that, it's helping you to fight better this disease. So it's like I said, Gio, it's not only I want to be skinny, I want to have that six pack, or I want to have the nice straps and all that. No, it makes you strong for life in general, I have to say. And it teaches you that, like you mentioned, like to have an open mind, to be open to anything and to receive anything from anybody, not be judgmental, just let things, don't take it too personal too. That's another thing that coaching has helped me, and it has taken me out of because I was an introvert. I was always the girl who's sitting in the back of the class, really quiet. Unless it was my anatomy class back in dental school, I have to be at the front, otherwise the teacher didn't like you. But normally I used to be in the back of the class or in the middle, really quiet, not asking that many questions because I don't want to be noticed. Now, no, I'm like more outgoing. I laugh. If I can bring a laugh to somebody, hey, that's a plus for me, because you don't know what the person is going through and how much your laugh, your smile, it's going to brighten that person's day. That's another thing that I learned with coaching too.
That is so true. It's funny that you say that, because the other day I was having a conversation, and now I'll just leave the person, without their name being said, but I was messaging her, and we, as coaches, we put our lives out there. We show what's going on, on social media. And I just decided to go ahead and message her and like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Just wanted to follow up, see how you're doing and so forth. She responded back, saying, hey, just wanted to also let you know that you inspire me. Like, I see your videos. I see, what you do. And yes, I may be on my own journey, but by looking at your videos, you just continue to inspire me to continue going. To your point, that to me is everything, because we each love to go ahead and help people. I mean, that's what we do. We help people on everything, whether, like, to your point, whether it's through the health and fitness goals, through there's maybe possibly spiritually, whether it's personal development, we inspire people. And that's what I love about it, because very open and very honest, if I had not joined in to be a coach and be the leader that I am today, I would not be inspiring thousands of people. And I'm being very serious. I would not be inspiring thousands of people if I would not be doing this right now. And I'm sure you can say the same thing for you, Laurie, and your viewers.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
so
I have to say, like, forget it. Like me, to somebody, for me to tell me, like, I have like a couple of friends who will tell me, oh, I see your videos and you inspire me to work out. You are pushing me to do something. I see your energy. In the past, I would be like, nah, you're kidding. Like, and I was the type of person that would post like videos, workout videos, or like food or something like that. But now, yeah, actually, like you mentioned, having that kind of people telling you, oh, you inspire me. And I'm like, perfect. Workout, eat healthy. You don't have to do our workouts. If I can inspire you, if I can push you to do a workout, it doesn't matter what is it. You can use your bike. You can go out running. You can go out with your dog. If I can inspire you and push you for you to get up and move for 30 minutes, I'll be there. Count on me. I'll be there. Text me. And the same thing I tell them, like, but if you need me to cry, somebody to cry, like a shoulder to cry, you need to bend something, hey, reach out to me. I'm here. I'm here for you, for the good and the bad. Because as a coach, it's not like, the way I see it, it's not like, hey, here, do this workout and bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
No. We are going to be following up. We are going to be talking here and there. But it's not that here, I sell you this, okay, next. We are going to form a friendship.
Yes. Very.
And from that friendship, like I said, friends are family you choose.
We love that.
So
Love that.
we can make our family bigger and bigger. That's what I love from the Beachbody too. Like, it has taught me so many things. And like, the moment that this family member came to me and told me, like, we never thought that you were going to be able to do that. I'm like, why? What was the problem? Because you were always weak. That hit me. I'm like, I was weak. Okay, that's the key word. I was, not anymore. I have grown. That's why, like, I think I compare sometimes our life, and I said our because I'm not the only one. Like you mentioned, at the coach retreat with Scotty, when all the coaches we sat together, I think it was the first or second night, to share our stories, kind of like what we're doing now, but in person. I realized that each one of us go through something really, really hard. Mm-hmm. Some people can be something even harder, like a disease like cancer, or like Joanna losing her babies, or losing a loved one, like your husband, your wife, not necessarily like in my case, like my sister, but that helps you to grow. That helps you, that molds you in life. So we are kind of like a butterflies. We start like a caterpillar and we develop these beautiful wings, but we have to fight for it, because we know, and I do know like one or two people who kind of give up on the process, and they stay depressed. They don't want to grow from that. They only concentrate and focus on all the negative parts. So that's another thing, coaching and have to grow myself as a person has taught me to always look on the bright side of the things, on the good side, even if it's bad. Always look on the good on the, even in the middle of the darkness.
Love that. And I love your analogy as far as the caterpillar and going into the butterfly. That's awesome. I love that. You know what, Laurie, I wanted to go ahead and, just say thank you so much for giving me the privilege to interview you, being a Latina leader specifically in our company, and having your friendship, having like a family, honestly. It's crazy how in such short period of time we've been able to connect so much more. And that's what I love about it. Even now more so with technology, how we are able to reach out to more people, because 15, 20 years ago we were not able to do this.
No.
And now we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to go ahead and one last question for you before we already, conclude this interview.
Mm-hmm.
First, for anybody who's watching you right now, what would you like to say to them?
Don't give up. No matter how hard things may seem, first of all, you're not alone. Because like, I think this pandemic has shown us that there's a lot of people suffering of depression, anxiety, and I have a few people on my Facebook and I see they are depressed and they are sad because they miss that interaction. So first of all, never give up. Keep fighting. Like once I was told, and it helped me a lot, there is always light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how dark it is. Second of all, it may seem that you're alone. You are not alone. That's how you may see it. You're never alone. Like any of us coaches are here. We are here for you. Even like I mentioned before, even if you don't do the Beachbody workouts, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you are reaching out to help. You are reaching out for somebody to listen at you. We are here for you. We are friends. We are family. And third of all, always smile, because You never know who can be watching and whose life or day you can change with that smile.
So true. So. Laurie, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It's been such a pleasure. So for those of you guys, thank you so much for viewing. If there is comments, we'll definitely check it out below. But again, I wanted to go ahead and show you the reel of true, raw stories. Every single week, I will try to do my best to go ahead and have another guest speaker, just like how we did with Laurie. So that way you can hear the stories. And then little by little, you can start seeing that this is not just about just working out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much, Laurie. God bless you. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great afternoon. Bye.
Thank you so much, Gio. Have a nice afternoon. Thank you,
You too.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.